the ones that get it done. Now,
Get on
let's
about
head
the
to
Fires.
Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. Here's Dave Zorn and Paige Daniels.
And welcome to a Tuesday afternoon and a little warm downtown Phoenix today, approaching 100 degrees outside. But we're here at Chase Field, the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, for today's high school baseball game between the Coconino Panthers and the Flagstaff Eagles, as Flagstaff Athletics comes down and gets to play on the big stage where the big boys play here in downtown Phoenix. And big day here, not only here at the field, but next door at Footprint Center tonight, game 2 of the Western Conference playoff series between the Phoenix Suns and the New Orleans Pelicans as well. But we got baseball in here for now, and what has been a the lack of a better word, an eventful day. Both these teams came down, and a lot of these teams have players that are being affected by the tunnel fire right now, even some of the coaches as well. We talked to both teams just a little while ago, and definitely the concerns are back home, and both teams expressed their hope that everybody's safe, and if you in an evacuation zone, please evacuate. If you get called to go, that's what go means. Go. Find friend or relatives or even evacuation center. And we'll tell you this is not going to be just a normal broadcast today of athletics here on CAF Country 93.5 and AM 930. We will definitely give you the latest information on the tunnel fire as we go along. So you will know as soon as we are as far how everything is going with the fires. And right now, it's just not going well. Let's give you kind of an update as far as we know. The latest, and I want to personally thank everybody who messaged us. Granted, it was through the whole trip down the valley, but wanting to know what was going on, give us some information, and I definitely want to thank everybody back at our station for trying to keep up with everything that's changing, because this fire is changing literally minute by minute up there in the Donny Park area. So what we know now is the tunnel fire. It began Sunday, and it was contained at the time. However, the winds chalked up today. It got going again, and away it went. And boy, did it! It's over 100 acres now. It is continuously growing. There's been reports of torching through trees. It's gone through timberline. It has jumped Highway 89. So basically, the go status is in all areas north of Campbell, east and west of Highway 89, and Moon Crater now is in go status. So if you're in that area, evacuate now. There was a call earlier to take pets to High Country Humane. They've now said no more. So do not take your pets to High Country Humane. Cinder Lake Landfill is closed as well. And the Antelope Hills area east of 89 isn't set as last we heard as well. So we will, again, keep you updated on the tunnel fire as we get information. As this is just going to be something that's going to be, maybe a couple days before we get this thing done. But it's moving pretty quick because of the fire of the winds is pushing this thing really, really quickly through the area. So again, if you're in the path of this and you get told to go, you may just have a matter of just a couple minutes to get your stuff, get in your vehicles and leave. So keep it right here with us through the afternoon. We're going to be here until the end of the game. So probably going to be 2 hours. And like I said, if once we get more information on anything related to tunnel fire, we will definitely pass that along to you because we're going to have plenty of time between pitches. That's what baseball is. We got plenty of time to add stuff.
Paced.
Yes, add stuff. So, again, here we are at Chase Field. I bet you're wondering how this came about. Well, Coconino actually put in a bid for this 2 years ago. And because of COVID, they didn't get to come down here and play because the season was canceled and all that kind of stuff. So they had an open date, and they reached out to their friends down Cedar Boulevard there, Cedar Avenue, and reached out to Flag and see if he wanted to come down I-17 and play at Chase Field. And they said, yeah. So that's kind of how this came about. That's why we're here today. And it comes in a really funky time for both teams because they're both trying to find, their niche in the playoff race. The new polls came out today, this morning. Coconino sitting in 13th, Flagstaff sitting in 18th. Both of those would be in the play-in round right now if the season ended today. Coconino would host a play-in round. Flagstaff would travel in a play-in round. So this is a big game for Flagstaff. I mean, they only have the game today and then the next game on Thursday before they have a doubleheader this on Saturday against Mojave, and their season's over. Coconino has to go back and possibly play Peoria tomorrow. Now, that game could be in question because of the tunnel fire going right now. We know the softball game between Coconino and Flagstaff was canceled already because of the fire. So we'll have to wait and see if Coconino will actually play that game against Peoria up there tomorrow, and then they turn right around and play Flagstaff again on Thursday, and then their season is over, and they wait for seedings into the play-in round. But if Flagstaff wants to get in and host a game, they're going to need to win out, and that means sweeping their friends, the Coconino Panthers. And alongside me today is Paige Daniels, who we comprise 100% of the news department. But Paige was a great softball player in her day a few years ago, and she loves the game. And plus, she's from LA and she's an Angels fan, so that's just so. Paige, you and I have gone out and seen these two teams play quite a bit here in the last few weeks. Give us your take on what you think about these two teams.
I mean, I think both teams are great. We definitely, or I at least, haven't seen these two teams play against each other since I believe last season was last time. But I think the key of the game for both of these teams, whichever it may be, does it first, is to get on the board first and get a bigger lead than just 1 or 2 runs. They need a large cushion, and I feel like both of these teams tend to kind of fall into the comfortability of getting a run or 2 on the board, thinking they're okay, and then the other team just comes right up behind them.
If you're listening to the game today on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930 or online at calflegends.com, also know that we're video streaming this too, and for whatever reason we're on camera right now. I'm a radio guy. I don't need to be on TV. But anyway, we are streaming a video part of this on YouTube, on the Great Circle Media YouTube channel. So you can go there and watch the game. Bubba Ganter and his crew, he's got, I don't know how many cameras set up, and it's ridiculous. I think he may need to go into a program after this, I think.
I'm seeing 3, I think.
Exactly. So, and we're in the visiting TV booth. So basically what the booth we're in is going to be the New York Mets broadcast booth when they come in here on Monday, I believe. So pretty cool. We're excited to be down here. We wish we'd be under different circumstances right now as far as everything going on back home. But again, we will keep you informed of what's going on as we know, as we hear from the Forest Service, from the Coconino County Sheriff's Office. So during the game, you will be getting updates on the tunnel fire as we are down here. The game will go 7 innings unless there's one team is up by 10, then it'll end after 5. And then we will not go past 2 hours and 2.5 hours. That is a Arizona Diamondbacks guideline they set up for us to have the game in here today. But even though it's about 93, 94 degrees outside, it's air conditioned. And the roof is closed here at Chase Field, and nice and air conditioned. And it's a beautiful day for baseball regardless down here in the Valley. And, of course, we're here at Chase Field, so you can't go wrong with that as well. We talked to both managers of both Coconino and Flagstaff last couple weeks, and got to get their take of their season so far and what this game means for them and their players, and how are they going to control what's got to be just a ton of butterflies going through each player right now, being in this stadium, and what this means as far as baseball in the state of Arizona. We'll hear from both coaches coming up next. You're listening to the Ty Van Dyke Remax pregame show on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930, and it's streaming on the YouTube channel, Great Circle Media.
Ty and Lindsay Van Dyke Remax. Runs deep, deeper visuals, okay, protection, deeper.
Coach Mike Seifling, and Coach, hey, this is our first thing for us, getting out to do a little. Little League.
You can bet it's going to be a dogfight.
As a coach, how do you keep them centered on the importance? I mean, like you said, it's an important game from a region standpoint, from a playoff standpoint. But you're playing the game in a venue like Chase Field, where these kids have all seen, growing up watching the Diamondbacks on TV, maybe been to a few games. And how do you manage the emotions of the mixture of those two entities?
We talk a lot about simply just being where your feet are. Don't let the moment be bigger than it needs to be. So we talk about just putting things in perspective. The bases are the same distance. The mound's the same distance. The plate's the same size. So just kind of just be where your feet are at and just play the game you know how to play. So it'll be that first couple innings. You'll see a lot of nerves. And then after that, kids will settle down. They'll get right into the flow of the game, and things will go as normal. So,
well, I'll echo what you said. I mean, this is great for not only these two programs, the city of Flagstaff on top of that, and it's great that we get a chance to come down here and call a game at Chase Field on top of that. And there's a lot of coolness involved in today's game, and we hope it's a great game. We know it's going to be. We know it's going to be highly competitive between you guys, and at this point, may the best team win. Of course, for you guys, maybe you guys, right?
Sure. No, appreciate it, and pay special attention to the beginning of the game. We have a special surprise, so I don't want to give it away, but just, don't look away for a moment.
Right. We'll be focused on that. Coach, congratulations on a great season so far, and let's deal them up and see what happens today.
All right. Thank you.
We're here with Coach Mike Dobosh of Flagstaff Eagles, and Coach, kind of like the other team across the way here. It's been a season up and downs. You get that all the time as far as go through a season here and there. But here lately, you played some pretty good baseball. So kind of give us an overview of your guys' season thus far.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough start, I think, to the season. Obviously, wins and losses. It was a tough start, but also dealing with weather and different aspects that we have to deal with here in northern Arizona. But, lately I think we played a lot better. The bats seem to be doing a lot better. They seem to be coming alive a little bit here. And defense has been pretty good. So, as long as we continue, doing those things, hopefully, we can end the season here and make the state playoffs.
Talk about a game like this here at Chase Field today, where obviously it's away from the norm. You guys go to the Valley a lot to play anyway, but not only with the situation with what this means as far as playing in a stadium like this, but also with playoffs on the line, region stuff on the line, and of course the rivalry on top of that. So how do you tell your kids to kind of hone this in and kind of focus on what the game means overall instead of being where you are?
Yeah, it can be tough. There's a lot going on with this one particular game, like you talked about. So, we want the kids just to treat it as another game. I know that can be difficult sometimes. They're playing against their buddies. They played Little League with them or against them, or, they grew up with those guys in town. So have fun, enjoy it. It's a special moment. It's a special game, and obviously a special field that we're playing on. So just enjoy that moment and go out there and give it everything you have.
And this stretch, you've got a stretch here with this game. You've got this plus a couple other important games on the road coming up too. So focus is going to have to be huge for you guys too, right?
Yeah, we play Cocoa again on Thursday, and then doubleheader Mojave on Saturday. So we've got
3 minutes till the bad day.
Furious end to the season here, and we've got to put some wins on the board, to maintain that state playoff push. So it's a busy week. We're going to depend on all of our guys this week, and it's we've kind of gotten used to that. We've had a pretty busy schedule here with a couple cancellations and reschedules. So, the kids are used to coming into important games and playing well.
talk about some of the kids who've had great seasons for you this year. I know the times we've been out here, we've Spencer Smith. That goes without saying what kind of athlete he is, and kid he is too. On top of that, but talk about some of the kids who've had great years for you.
Yeah, I think looking at Tristan Figueroa, leadoff hitter, catcher. There's not many teams that run against us because of how strong of an arm he is and what a great catcher he is. He's had a great season. Chad Philpott has had a wonderful season, playing left field for us, backup catcher, hitting in the 2-hole for us. He's again a kid that can run, steal some bases, leg out some infield hits. He's had a great year. Teague Van Dyke stepped into the shortstop position to fill, Silas Clary's shoes from last year. And that's been an important role for him. And then also on the mound, and he's done a really good job this year as well. So there's been a bunch of kids. Bodie Meyer on the mound for us, done a great job. Jay Carpenter in center field. There's been a bunch of kids that have stepped up and played really well for us this year.
And this is your last year here at Flagstaff from where we stand. And have you had a chance to kind of think back over the years as you've been here to maybe some special players, some plays, or are you kind of holding that off until maybe the end?
Yeah, I think you always kind of think about it and you remember different times and different things throughout your career. And, I've had a great career and not a super long career, but a great career. I coached a lot of great kids and had some great relationships with my coaches and parents and things like that. So, I'm blessed to have done this for as long as I did. And, hopefully leaving it in good hands for whoever the next coach will be. So.
Well, it's a special game for both teams. It's not every day any rivalry. With this rivalry, gets a kind of a showcase the way it is today. So good luck to you. And we've been looking forward to this game for months since we found out about it. And this is going to be fun today.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Mike Dobosh of Flagstaff. And we'll be back with more on the pregame show next.
Locally owned.
30 seconds here, Dave.
That's because you've known us for years.
Some stores in Missouri, Minnesota, and Kansas are company owned.
There's a meeting at the mountain, changing lineups.
You're live.
Back here at Chase Field, Dave Zorn and Paige Daniels with you here as both managers were, at least Flagstaff managers out on the home plate, exchanging lineups there. And there's supposed to be a special presentation here. It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen soon. And when it happens, I'll tell you about it because you heard the coach for Coconino kind of mention that they had a special kind of a presentation for Flagstaff's coach here coming up, and they do. And Paige, this is I'm getting used to this rivalry because the rivalry has way too much respect. I was my high school rivalry. There was no respect whatsoever between the two schools. It was ugly, but there's a lot of respect between these two. I don't know because the kids have grown up with each other, played in Little League, like they mentioned, with the church together, with the school, grade school together, and maybe it's because it's there. But it's great to see, especially what's going to happen here in a few minutes.
I think a game that is a big city rivalry like this, but also has respect. I think it's kind of fun because that these guys are friends, and even though they go to different high schools, and it's bragging rights. It really is bragging rights. And at the age of 18, you want to beat your friends always. And so to have that, if Flagstaff or Coconino wins, they will hold city bragging rights until next year.
Well, at least until Thursday when they play. They always play 2 games against each other, and Coconino has had the better year so far from the two schools. I know Coconino still has given Bradshaw Mountain their only loss in region play so far this year, and that was a key. I was at that game, and it was actually just kind of like today. The wind was blowing out at Coconino High School, and there was a lot of balls flying out of the park and pop flies going out. It was a strange game, but Coconino, by far, I think Coconino's biggest win of the year was against Bradshaw Mountain. And Flagstaff's been consistent. They've won 3 in a row. They beat a good St. Mary's team a few weeks back, shut them down, really, a team they knocked out of the playoffs last year. And I think if you look at Flagstaff, I think there's They're really good defensively. They have timely hitters, and they got good pitching. For Coconino, they're kind of the wild bunch. I mean, when I watch them play, it's like they're never out of games, like Coach Sifling said. But they play kind of like their hair blown in the wind, of course, because today it's windy. But they're never out of games. They were down to Seton Catholic by like 5 runs, and they made a run in that game. Again, Bradshaw Mountain as well. They're never out of a baseball game. And I wouldn't be surprised if actually Flagstaff gets an early lead. But Coconino's going like, we've done this before, and we'll make it a game toward the end. So this is going to be a fun game. I don't know who's got the upper hand in this. It's just going to be interesting to see how this kind of plays itself out. So, again, both teams are meeting. I think they're waiting for some kind of direction here. Well, we'll tell you right now what's going to happen. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, you'll be able to probably see this here in a little bit. And that is Coconino head coach Mike Sifling and the baseball team had a plaque made up because this is going to be Mike Dobosh's last season managing at Flagstaff High School, and they're going to present Coach Dobosh with this plaque as a team here coming up momentarily. I think they're kind of going through the emotions here. Again, if you're listening to us on radio, on CAF Country 93.5 at AM 930, or online at CAFlegends.com, we just let you know that we are streaming the game by video here from Chase Field. You go to YouTube and go search for Great Circle Media, and you'll see the link there. You can watch the game wherever you may be, whether it be on your phone or home or iPad or whatever. And you can watch it there. So now Coach Dobosh is going over to the Coconino side a little bit. Our good friend Carl, who takes basically everybody's picture in town, is down there taking some pictures as well.
At this time, the Coconino Panthers would like to pay special tribute to Coach Mike Dobosh of the Flagstaff Eagles.
Well, as you listen to this, the PA announcer here.
Of the 2021-2022 season.
Right now, Coconino's baseball team is going over and shaking the hands of Coach Dobosh and giving him the plaque. One by one, they're going through and shaking his hand. Here comes Flagstaff's baseball team coming back around to kind of join Coach Dobosh over here. As a little pregame, ode of respect to Coach Mike Dobosh. Coach Sifling and him have been friends for a while, and always a good competition, friendly competition between the two. We got a picture of the plaque, by the way. We'll put that up on our CAF Sports Twitter feed here. When we get a chance, so you can take a look at it. And we'll put it up with the recap of this game when we get home tonight from this game. And Flagstaff's team is now going and shaking Coach Dobosh's hand, too, as we get ready for this game. We will take a quick timeout as both teams will go through the national anthem. We get you starting lineups. And the game from Chase Field, the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, is the Flagstaff Eagles and the Coconino Panthers here on CAF Country 93.5 and AM 930.
This has been the Ty Van Dyke RE/MAX Properties pregame show. The show has been brought to you by Ty and Lindsay Van Dyke RE/MAX Fine Properties, the ones that get it done. Stay tuned. First pitch between Flagstaff and Coconino is coming up next from Chase Field on CAF Country 93.5, AM 930, and online at CAFlegends.com.
Ty and Lindsay Van Dyke RE/MAX Fine Properties are proud sponsors of high school baseball and would like to wish the Flag High Eagles and Coconino Panthers the best of luck, not only in this game, but the rest of the season. Ty and Lindsay are sure to turn a double play with all your real estate needs as well. They're go-getters and not afraid to get their hands dirty when it comes to your real estate transaction. With their local knowledge and expertise, combined with award-winning customer service and professionalism, there should be only one choice. Ty and Lindsay Van Dyke RE/MAX Fine Properties, the ones that get it done.
Flagstaff parents, score a home run for your child by scheduling their dental visit with Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry today. For over 30 years, Northern Arizona families have entrusted our board-certified dentists to give their children winning smiles. Call or text our offices today to get your child's next appointment scheduled. 928-779-0385. Knock it out of the park with your child by giving them the dental care they deserve with one of our board-certified dentists. Call or text 928-779-0385 to schedule your child's appointment.
If your home has a fire or a flood one day, or this mold that needs to die right away, you gotta fix the space. You're being displaced. Help restoring your place. Mammoth will
Hey everyone, it's Mammoth Restoration and Construction sending a huge shout out to Flagstaff and Coconino High Schools rocking their high school baseball game in Phoenix. Way to go teams! Visit us online at azmammoth.com.
Welcome to this Cavs Sports exclusive, presented by Highlands Floor Coverings. It's high school baseball as the Flagstaff Eagles and Coconino Panthers take their rivalry to the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. Today's game is brought to you by Highlands Floor Coverings, Big O Tires, Mammoth Restoration, Around the Mountain Pediatric Dentistry, Mama's Sugar Shack, LMH Financial, Diamond Auto Glass, Napa Auto Parts, Lauren Vickers Overhead Door, Over the Top Nutrition, Brandy's, and Wizards Hearth and Home. Now let's head to the home of the Diamondbacks, Chase Field. Here's Dave Zorn and Paige Daniels.
And welcome back to downtown Phoenix. We're getting you ready for baseball here from the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Chase Field, as Flagstaff takes on Coconino in the City Rivalry Baseball Edition. And this is an important game for both teams. Both teams are trying to jockey for position in the playoffs as Coconino comes in the 13th ranked team in 4A, and the Flagstaff Eagles come in to play the 18th ranked team in the 4A conference. Both are looking to play in the play-in round, which will be next week. Of course, we'll have all that stuff for you on when it comes out on our social media accounts as well. We're going through the starting lineups, and we'll go through it as well. Leading off for Flagstaff, number 1, Tristan Figueroa. He's the catcher, batting .397. Batting second, playing left field, Chad Philpott, batting .373 for the Eagles. For batting third, shortstop, that is Tegan Van Dyke. He is batting .367 on the season. Cleanup spot, number 4 in the order. The second baseman, number 9, Ben Smith. He's batting .373. Batting fifth, third base, number 12, Luke Wilson, batting .271. The DH, batting sixth, the big man, number 16, Spencer Smith. He's batting .286 on the year. Right field, number 10, Colin Doucette, batting seventh. Justin Cordasco, the first baseman, number 6, and he's hitting .231 on the year. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 18, that is Jake Carpenter, batting .388 on the year. A great defensive player, by the way, for the Flagstaff Eagles. Pitching today, he's 3-4 on the year, and he's got a 4.01 ERA. The senior, also former quarterback of the Flagstaff Eagles, number 14, Bodie Meyer. For the Coconino Panthers, the starting lineup today, not too different than what it's been this year for the Coconino Panthers. Center fielder leading off, number 1, Riker Patton. He's batting .284. Batting second, shortstop, number 4, Tyler Johnson, batting .442 on the year. Batting third, the pitcher, number 8, Cole Gillespie, batting .465 on the season for the Panthers. The cleanup spot, batting fourth, number 10, the first baseman, that's Quinn Mickelson, batting .310 on the year. Batting fifth, playing third base, batting .284 on the year, number 3, Jacob Klaus. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 11, Tyler Reagan, batting .182 on the year. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 12, Jackson Hammond. He's batting .261. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 20, Cooper Durr, batting .324. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Caden Talley, batting .271. And we're going to pause right now for the national anthem. We'll just, hopefully you can hear it on the other end. That's a Chase Field organist, Bobby Freeman, with the national anthem. Is now we're ready. We get Bobby Freeman playing the national anthem. I think that pretty much tops it off. This is a legit game here at Chase Field between these two teams. Again, the game is if you're new to high school baseball, the game goes 7 innings. However, if a team's up by 10 or more after 5, the game is called to a run rule. And this game, due by Chase Field rules and regulations, will go no further than 2 hours and 30 minutes here today, and we'll keep that time going as well. As Coconino now takes the field, as they get set in their position, do an infield toss, as they are the designated home team. The two teams play again on Thursday at Flagstaff High School to wrap up their season series. And again, an important game for both teams, not only here, but back home in Flagstaff as they wrap up the regular season, get ready for the 4A state playoffs, both teams. And of course, I know the playing round isn't technically counts as a playoff game for the AIA and their kind of way they have everything set up, but we still count it as a playoff game. It is. And you win, you go on, and you lose, you go home. So it's not technically a state playoff game, but we like to call it a playoff game for sure. So, Paige, what are you looking forward here in this game between these two rival schools in Flagstaff?
I mean, regardless of who wins, I think it's going to be a great game, and I think both teams will go home happy and thrilled that they just got the opportunity to play at Chase Field, and I know we'll go home happy that we got the opportunity to broadcast at Chase Field. I think on Coconino's side, the person to look out for is Cole Gillespie. He's pitching today. I've only ever seen him catch, and he has a cannon of an arm behind the plate, and he's leading the team with a batting average of .465 here. So I think he's the player to watch out for, and especially if he's the starting pitcher as well. I mean, Flagstaff might have a little trouble here in the beginning of this game.
Gillespie was unhittable the first part of the year, and then he kind of got roughed up a little bit against Bradshaw Mountain. But again, every pitcher who pitched in that game got roughed up. But he's been pretty consistent for Coconino this whole season. I know we'll probably end up seeing, we might be seeing in the lineup Connor Callahan, he's got a sub-1 ERA. So that'll be interesting as far as they're concerned now. We're about ready to get started as Tristan Figueroa steps in for the Flagstaff Eagles, the great catcher for Flagstaff. The first pitch fouled off, 0-1 the count. Tristan is, as of a couple weeks ago, ranked second nationally as far as high school catchers in throwout percentage. This guy is not run on very much. If someone tries to, more times than not, they get thrown out. Next pitch outside, 1-1 the count. So Tristan's a fun guy to watch play. He's a team leader, has everybody up going on the bench as well. Next pitch outside, ball 2-1 the count to Tristan. The Eagles are in the Diamondbacks dugout as the home team. Actually, technically they're the visiting team. Next pitch inside, ball 3-1 to Figueroa. The Coconino Panthers are in the you know what? I got it wrong. The Coconino Panthers are in the home dugout. I get them mixed up. The Eagles are in the visiting dugout here at Chase Field. It's been a while since I've been here. And there's a hit batsman, but it's going to be ball 4 anyway as Tristan takes off down first base. So the Flagstaff Eagles got a runner on here to start the game, and that's Figueroa. Next up, the left fielder, number 20, Chad Philpott, who has actually played really, really well here in the last few games for the Flagstaff Eagles.
I mean, and our runner on first, Tristan Figueroa, he's got some speed, so we got to keep an eye out for his lead over here and see if maybe they'll do a quick hit and run play.
Figueroa takes a little bit of a lead off first base. Not too bad as Philpott steps in. Here's a pitch from Gillespie. Outside, ball 1. A couple pitches now on the outside. Trying to catch the corner a little bit is Gillespie, but the home plate umpire just not a little bit too far outside.
Gillespie's got a ton of speed and velocity behind that ball. It's just a matter of finding the placements of the pitches.
Next pitch from Gillespie. And it looks like it was a strike, but it looks like it may have been a little bit low. 2-0 the count.
I think it was in the dirt. We're at a tough angle here to see that.
Yeah, we're a little bit up. We're in the visiting TV booth. So the New York Mets are the next broadcast crew in here at Chase Field. So we'll leave the place good for Gary Cohn and the boys when they come in here. Next pitch to Philpott, swinging a miss, strike 1, and gets away. But I think got a little bit of a tip of his. Figueroa goes to second base, but now he's going to come back as foul tip. 2-1 the count to Chad Philpott of the Flagstaff Eagles. First time doing baseball since I've been up here. Remember, 7 years. First time I've done baseball on the radio and way longer than that. I don't think Paige was born the last time I did baseball on the radio, honestly. Here's the next pitch from Gillespie, a little outside, but catches the corner of the plate. Strike two. 2-2 the count, the Phil Pot, as we were just getting underway here at Chase Field between the Flagstaff Eagles and the Coconino Panthers. Gillespie steps in. Figueroa with a small lead off first base. There's the pitch. Slow, look at change up, fouls it off a home plate, and that still the count 2-2. And good pitch from Gillespie. He's been throwing a lot of speed, some breaking stuff early on. And then he comes in with the changeup to kind of throw Phil Pot off, and it did a little bit. He kind of got a late, kind of lazy swing, not really knowing what was coming at him there to foul it off. 2-2 the count, the Phil Pot. And a quick throw over to first. Figueroa gets back. No problem there as Quinn Mickelson hauls it in. Pretty decent crowd for a high school game. I've seen quite a few high school games in here. They usually would play them after Diamondbacks games. But a good crowd came down today for the Coconino Panthers and the Flagstaff Eagles. Of course, there are probably some here that live in the Valley that came out today. Ball outside. 3-2 to count. Full count now to Chad Philpott, the left fielder for the Eagles.
Gillespie got up very quick in this count. I believe it started off 0-2 pretty quick off the bat there, maybe 1-2. So unfortunately, he did get down in this count. So we'll see what he can do with it.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, and that's the first out of the game for Flagstaff. First strikeout of the game for Gillespie, as we have one out. Still runner on first, and that's Figueroa. Now up the shortstop, number 22, Teague Van Dyke, who's not only the shortstop, he's also the pitcher. Starts sometimes, usually used in relief as well. So we'll see how that kind of plays out as the day goes along here in this ball game. Here's his pitch, and now a stolen attempt for Figueroa, and he's thrown out.
That was a perfect on-the-money throw there. That was a perfect catch and tag down at second base.
Cooper Dar throws it down to Caden Talley to tag out Figueroa for the second out. So good job there by the Coconino Panthers, and a 0-1 count to Van Dyke. After his next pitch, we'll give you a tunnel fire update. We got some updated numbers here. Here's a pitch, low, ball one. So updated acres total for the tunnel fire is now 2,000 acres. And again, it started at 11 acres at about probably 11 o'clock this morning. Now it's up to 2,000 acres is a tunnel fire. Again, we'll have more information as we get it on that as we go along here. Here's a hit down to third base. Swings it over to first to Mickelson, and that retires the side. No damage, really. Just a hit batter. No hits. No one left on base after a half inning of play. It's Flagstaff nothing. Coconino coming up the bat. You're listening to High School Baseball on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930.
Over the Top Nutrition would like to congratulate the baseball team
Okay,
at
this is just
Flagstaff
1 minute,
and
Dave.
Coconino High Schools for the exciting opportunity to play
Sounds
at the
good.
Arizona Diamondback Field.
Yeah.
Over the Top Nutrition is your healthy alternative to a fast food breakfast or lunch. We serve liquid aloe vera for your digestive system, 10 different high-energy herbal teas, and 50 different flavors of meal shakes, all packed with protein, low in calories, and best of all, they are delicious. We are located in the Bashes Shopping Center at the top of Humphrey Street. Come by to try a delicious sample.
Are you thirsty for a swig of something so delicious? Sarah Klaus here, and I want to invite you to stop by Mama Sugar Shack for one of our flavored sodas, energy drinks, coffee, chai, or hot cocos. While you're there, enjoy our Cookie of the Week or Mama's Famous Cinnamon Rolls. Many of our fun drinks come in a sugar-free option. Try our Snow Shark, Island Gator, or Baseball Mom. You are sure to find something for everyone. Mama Sugar Shack is located on Highway 89 across from the Flagstaff Mall. Mama Sugar Shack, where we put some zip in your sip.
Back here at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix, as the Coconino Panthers will take their first chance at the plate against Flagstaff, and their pitcher, Bodie Meyer, the quarterback for the Flagstaff Eagles, getting the start today for Flagstaff. Probably some senior accolades going on with this start here today, and see how Bodie does. Again, he's 3-4 this season with a 4.01 ERA for Flagstaff. He's taking some warm-ups there as we're about getting ready to go. Let's get you a rundown right quick on everything going on in the Tunnel Fire. Again, like we said in pregame, not only is this a baseball game to celebrate Flagstaff youth and both Flagstaff high schools, but we know the Tunnel Fire is ongoing, and we will give you information as much as we can throughout the game. So what we have is all areas north of Campbell, east and west of Highway 89 to Sunset Crater are in go. That means evacuate now. Also, Moon Crater is in go status. Antelope Hills, east of Highway 89, is in set status. If you are evacuated and need a place to go, the Red Cross Evacuation Center is at Sanawa Middle School at the 3950 East Butler Avenue. Animals are being taken now at Coconino Humane Association. Highway 89 is closed in both directions for 10 miles between mileposts 425 and 435. Don't enter the area if you're going up that way. If you are under evacuation in a go status, you need to leave immediately. You can take your household pets, horses, goats, sheep, pigs, chickens to the Coconino Humane Association as well. Do not take them to High Country Humane. So again, we will update things as we can. 2,000 acres is the tunnel fire as we just got the latest update there. Coconino steps in. That's Riker Patton. He takes the first pitch of strike one. So 0-1 to count to Riker. He's batting .284 on the season for the Panthers. Next pitch, low. Oh, no, got the corner of the plate. So first two pitches by Bodie Meyer is both strikes. So 0-2 to Riker Patton.
I'm a little curious to see how consistent the umpires will be this game. I know the last couple games that you and I have been to, the umpire strike zone seems to get a little wonky there halfway through.
Pass ball there, and it's going to be ball one, so 1-2 the count, but of course no one on base, so no one's going to run anywhere. As Bodie Meyer resets here again, first time in our knowledge that both Flagstaff and Coconino are playing each other at Chase Field. I know that Flagstaff's been down here a couple times. Coconino's been down here a couple times to play in games, usually after Diamondbacks games, but they've never played each other. As we have ball two now, 2-2 to Riker Patton, and that's the difference between with now. The Diamondbacks now have players and teams come in now on when games when the D-backs are on the road like they are today, as they're starting a series in Washington against the Nationals, a doubleheader today in D.C. And the third ball there from Bodie Meyer. So what was started out to be an 0-2 count now is full count to Riker Patton, 3-2 here to open up the batting for the Coconino Panthers. There's a hit, base hit right over the second base's outstretched hands and into right center field. And so Riker Patton gets the first hit for both teams as Coconino gets it started here in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Up next for Coconino is a shortstop. Their leading hitter, well, one of the leading hitters anyway, Tyler Johnson, batting .442 on the year. He's a left-handed hitter for the Coconino Panthers.
It was a really good effort by Ben Smith, the second baseman there on that one. Just got over the top of his glove on that.
Here's a pitch to Tyler, outside, ball one. Riker Patton's quick kid. We saw him in football season. He was a backup running back for the Coconino Panther football team. Really speedy kid, so I wouldn't be surprised that maybe he tests Flagstaff here. But then again, Figueroa is behind the plate, and he's a very, very good catcher. Meyer, next pitch, outside, ball two. And I think they're trying to catch Riker Patton going there. Kind of a half of a pitch out in a way. So it makes it, should be 2-0 the count to Tyler Johnson.
With the arm that Figueroa has behind the plate, it's not a terrible idea to throw it down to first base and see if they could potentially pick off a runner.
Patton takes a little bit of a lead there, not too much. Meyer looks, throws. Just outside, and I believe that's that's the third pitch. It should be 3-0 the count, I think.
And all these pitches look like they're coming in just on the outside corner. So Riker Patton's really staying controlled and keeping a good eye at this at bat.
Here's the pitch, ball four. Tyler Johnson takes the walk. Riker Patton moves to second. So early on here, Coconino's got runners. First two runners on the bags, first and second base, and no out. Now the pitcher coming up, Cole Gillespie, batting .465 on the year for Coconino. Now I know that Flagstaff's using the DH tonight, but Coconino isn't. If you got a pitcher hitting .465, why bother using the DH? Let him go out there and hit.
And that is so rare to see, is seeing a pitcher hit such a high batting average. Normally they're focusing on their work in the bullpen and not so much the batting practice aspect. So it's very cool to see him in the top four in the lineup here. He's batting third tonight.
First pitch, ball one to Cole Gillespie. You said Cole has had a great start to the season. It was under a 1 ERA for most of the year, and then he met the Bradshaw Mountain Bears in the start, and he got roughed up a little bit, but still he's in the sub-twos. Here's a hit down to left field, and it dives, but falls. No, he caught it. Now he's going to probably maybe tag him out. Yeah, it was a fly out which was a great play out in left field. by Chad Philpott, a diving catch, and then they get Riker Patton tagged out of second base. So the fly out to the left field for the first down, and we have a 7-6 for the second out. So good job there out there by Chad Philpott to realize Riker Patton took off so they can double him off second base.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much you could do there as Riker Patton. If you're already near third base on that pop fly, there is no tagging up.
Next up for Coconino is the first baseman, Quinn Mickelson. Might be the hottest hitter right now for Coconino. He's had such a hitting streak here in the last few games, and not only that, multiple hit games in the last 4 or 5 games for Coconino, and so that's why he's stuck in the 4th spot. He's batting .310 on the season. Is Quinn Mickelson? He's also starting guard for the Coconino High School football team. As Tyler Johnson takes a little bit of lead off first base, dives back on the throwback, and he's back in time. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. No score between Flagstaff and Coconino at Chase Field. Nobody's in the pool today. Thought maybe somehow Flagger Coconino would finagle somebody in the pool today. Pitch on the outside, just on the outside. Ball 2-0 to Quinn Mickelson. Again, these two teams will play Thursday at Flagstaff High School to finish their season series. Coconino is supposed to play Peoria tomorrow, but that game is probably in the air because of the tunnel fire. And now a ball that looks like even more outside, but that was called a strike. So, again, we're starting to get a little bit of a different strike zones here from the home plate umpires. 2-1 the count to Quinn. Meyer in the stretch. Looks over the first, now delivers. Outside, but Quinn takes a ride off the left. Philpott dives, misses the catch, goes to the wall. Here comes Tyler Johnson around third. He's going to score. Mickelson tries for third, slides into third, and he's there in time. A triple for Quinn Mickelson, who scores Tyler Johnson, and Coconino's on the board first. It's 1-0 Panthers.
I mean, that was a huge hit for Mickelson out there, who's now standing on third base after a huge triple rolled all the way to the wall, and that's exactly what Coconino needed to get themselves on the board first.
Jacob Klaus, the former, trying to do everything for Coconino's football team, play a little quarterback, then to running back, then receiver. He's kind of a utility person for football there for Coconino. He's in now, digging in, playing third base today, batting .284 for the Panthers. He takes the first pitch, and it is ball 1. Quinn Mickelson, after the RBI triple, sitting on third base. Here's the pitch. There's a hit, and it dives and makes the catch in center field, and that's Jay Carpenter for the final out. So, Coconino Panthers get 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, 1 man left after 1 inning of play. It's Coconino 1, Flagstaff 0. Back with more baseball here at Chase Field on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930.
Hi, it's Dave Zorn, and whether you're getting ready to sell, purchase, or upgrade, transforming your home with Lauren Vickers over
Okay, this is 1 minute too, Dave. You probably know.
Locally owned and operated for over 45 years.
Flagstaff Eagles. And folks, again, we'll keep you informed of what's going on, the latest information with the tunnel fire. As we get more information, any more evacuations or any news we need to pass along, we will definitely pass along to you as we get it. So, and we'll kind of go over some things every inning or so while we're still on the air. Now up for the Eagles to start off the second inning is the second baseman, Ben Smith, number 9. He's batting .373 on the year. And it's strike 1 he gets from Cole Gillespie. Flagstaff, they're looking for their first hit of the game as Cole has kind of brushed off those nerves and settled in pretty well. Foul ball back. Let's see if anybody gets a hand on it. And Nope, hits a seat and bounces back. So, however, kids are running after it. That's typical ball game. And now there's no. I don't think you'll get a snow cone to get a foul ball. That's an old school thing for me. 0-2 the count to Ben Smith. Here's the pitch from Gillespie. Foul back again. It's going to fall short. However, it was drifting back toward us here for a little bit. I don't know if any of these kids can get a foul ball back here. And I've spent about 10 years in this press box covering the Diamondbacks in my career, and I had a laptop casualty from a foul ball and I almost took my head off on another one. So I don't want to see any more foul balls up there. I've seen enough in my lifetime.
I think it's a key for Flagstaff here to at least get one more run on the board to even the ground and start back at a base level 0-0 game here. That next pitch almost hit him in the head.
Yeah, Gillespie kind of a little bit wild there. Maybe that's okay. 2-2 to count to Ben Smith as Ben's fighting it off a little bit here. Here's a pitch from Gillespie. Strike three looking. Nice pitch there by Gillespie. Punches out Ben Smith for out number one.
It's tough to say from where we're at. That did look a little inside, but then again, we are a solid 150 feet away from home plate.
Yeah, and a little bit high in altitude. It is a little bit cooler up here than it is on the field. That's for sure. Next up for the Eagles is the third baseman, number 12, Luke Wilson, batting .271 on the season for Flagstaff. Gillespie's first pitch in there for strike one, 0-1. Public address announcer today at the Chase Field is none other than Mike Bauer, who is actually the in-game entertainment guy for the Diamondbacks. Oh, the guy anyway. Good friend, and just texted me, goes, "Hey, I'm doing the announcing." I goes, "Really? We're doing radio." So probably meet up with him later on after we're all said and done here. Foul off, 0-2. Next pitch inside there to Luke Wilson. That's ball one, 1-2. Gillespie working the plate really well and actually starting to get the calls a little bit. He's really putting on a pretty good game. There's an outside pitch, 2-2 to Luke Wilson. Gillespie, next pitch, takes a changeup, base hit in the left field. Though now Luke Wilson is gets the Eagles on the board as far as a hit is concerned. And once again, I don't see a no-hitter in this ballpark. I'm never going to see a no-hitter here. Out of the hundreds of games I've been here, not even sniffed a no-hitter.
You could tell Luke Wilson's patience on that at-bat with a 2-2 count, and he waited for that changeup. He waited, and finally drilled it all the way to left field.
That was a professional at-bat, for sure, by Luke Wilson. Now up is the big man, the DH, number 16, Spencer Smith, hitting .286 on the year. Spencer, standout football player for the Flagstaff Eagles, defensive end linebacker. One of Reggie and I's favorite players, even better kid on top of that. Going on a Mormon mission after he graduates, we hear. And then after that's done, likely going up to Dixie State in St. George, Utah to play a little football. Next pitch for Cole. That's a strike, so 1-1 the count to Spencer Smith.
I'm noticing Cole Gillespie, the pitcher for Coconino, has a nasty, nasty off-speed pitch. I think, so far, I think he's thrown about 4 of them, and every single one has been a strike.
Gillespie. Smith, a little bit of a lead. Now pitches outside for ball 2-1. That kind of was almost a throwaway pitch to see if Ben Smith was going to leave there. But he didn't, and ends up being ball 2. Gillespie steps in the stretch. 2-1 count to Spencer Smith. And fouls it off. I think it was off the plate. Either that or may have been off the catcher's mask too, but I think it was off the plate. And it makes it 2-2 as Ben Smith takes second. I don't know. Was it not a foul tip? Because Ben Smith's staying on second here. I guess not.
It was a clean swing and a miss.
Because I heard something that sounded like a foul tip. I guess Luke Wilson there gets second. So now Wilson's on second with 1 out, 2-2 count to Spencer Smith. Gillespie with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Just kind of had Spencer guessing on the entire at-bat. Good job there by Cole Gillespie as Spencer strikes out, makes it 2 out with a runner on second. And up to bat now, the right fielder, the senior, number. Well, I was supposed to be calling this up. I guess Bodie Myers in there There must have been a lineup change there because we got two different lineups. So okay, so instead of Doucette, this is Bodie Meyer that is up to bat now, which I think should mean that Spencer Smith probably comes in and plays the next inning. I think that takes away the DH, but I don't know. High school rules are so much different anyway. So strike one call now is swing and miss strike two on Bodie Meyer from Gillespie. Bodie, go right ahead there.
Paige. I was going to say, hopefully Bodie Meyer can do something. There's no better revenge feeling than being a pitcher and, giving up that run. And then when you're up to bat, getting that run back.
Here's the pitch, low and outside, ball one. 1-2 the count. Again, Coconino leads Flagstaff 1-0, top of the second inning. Coconino got their run in the first at bat of the game. As we are in the top of the second, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Inside, but Meyer swings and a miss, strike three, as Gillespie has 3 strikeouts in the half of the inning and leaves a runner on second. After going in the bottom of the second, it's Coconino 1, Flagstaff 0. You're listening to high school baseball from Chase Field in downtown Phoenix on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930.
Brandy's Restaurant and Brandy's Cafe.
Hey, I'm going to throw the legal in here at the end of these 2 spots before the rejoin.
All day or enjoy.
and provide a lifetime chip repair warranty on windshield replacements. Located on the corner of 4th Street and 3rd Avenue in Flagstaff, or call them at 928-779-4140. Do the positive things. See the pros at
Diamond Auto Glass. The difference is clear.
Doc.
As we go in the bottom of the second inning, Coconino leading 1-0 over the Flagstaff Eagles. Trying to figure out that whole lineup thing. There's got to be a high school rule. Yeah, because Colin Doucette is in right field, but he just didn't bat. All right, it must be a high school thing. I don't know. I'm not going to begin to figure that part out. I've already questioned a few things while being back in the high school game here. So, but anyway, here we go. Start of the second, bottom of the second for Coconino. Up to bat for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 11, Tyler Reagan, batting 182. And Reagan, one of our favorite football players as well. And we mentioned all the football things as he takes first pitch over to second, over to first for the first out of the inning. Tyler Reagan was our MVP in the Flagstaff Coconino football game. So it was a great effort on special teams, but right there took the first pitch swinging as Van Dyke throws it on over to Cardasco for the first out. Next up for the Panthers is the left fielder, number 12, Jackson Hammond, batting 261 on the year for Coconino. Here's the pitch. He's first pitch swinging too, but fouls that off the first base line and into the stands. And it's a 0-1 count to Bodie Meyer.
I'm seeing a huge gap in right center here. If he can pull something over there, that's an easy double bases, triple bases even.
Here's a pitch from Meyer inside, well inside, but as a ball, 1-1 the count to Jackson Hammond. Again, we're here at Chase Field in downtown Phoenix, where this place is going to be hopping here in a couple hours as the Phoenix Suns will take on the New Orleans Pelicans in Game 2 of their Western Conference playoff series next door at Footprint Center. And hopefully we can get out of here before everybody comes in.
Yeah, hopefully we
get out of Dodge. Yep. Ball outside, 2-1 to count now to Hammond. Meyer with the pitch. Inside, ball 3, almost hit him, but I got to credit Jackson Hammond. They're just kind of leaning back and not taking a step back at all, and just
If it hits them, it hits them. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
On the high school rule that I also found out, you can't lean into it. If you lean into it, it doesn't count as a hit batter. But Jackson Hammond takes ball 4 anyway, and he gets on with a walk with 1 out. And it's up to next is the catcher, number 20, Cooper Durr, batting .324. And we were not this kid. If you're watching on YouTube, the kid's a sophomore. Doesn't look like it, but he's a sophomore. I was asking some people from Coconino a couple games ago when I was out there. I'm like, this kid play football? And they're like, nope. Like, why not? Look at him. And he'd be on the offensive line easily, I think, next year. But nope, Cooper's a baseball player. He steps in. The first pitch, Meyer goes right down the plate. Strike 1. 0-1 to count.
Pretty large lead over there at first base. Almost like a fake run move, a fake steal and running back.
Cooper's catching 8 because Gillespie usually catches, strangely
Weird
enough.
not seeing him behind the plate, though.
Yeah, that's very true. Next pitch to Durr. Up high, ball 1. 1-1 to count as, again, Jackson Hammond kind of dancing around a little bit in first base, trying to throw Meyer off a little bit. We'll have another Tunnel Fire update for you coming up after the Coconino bat here in the bottom of the second. Next pitch. Boy, that looked like a strike. Wasn't called one. 2-1 to count to Cooper Durr.
Looks like Bodie Meyer is losing his momentum a little bit, almost rushing the pitches. Maybe a little catcher-pitcher meeting timeout would help him.
That's the one thing about Figueroa, too. He's got a good command of what his pitcher's feeling, too, even though he doesn't call the pitches. Durr has a fly ball to left field, and it gets past the left fielder onto the wall. Here comes Hammond around. He's going to be sent home. There's a relay, and Hammond's going to get in on time, sliding head first in the home as Coconino goes up 2-0 on Flagstaff on an RBI double from catcher Cooper Durr.
Incredible hit, and really found the gap there out in left field, or left center, I should say. That's what I was talking about earlier. I'm noticing the players are either shifting left or right, and Coconino is able to find the hole on whatever opposite direction that they are switching to.
In the run is Connor Callahan to pinch run for Cooper. You can pitch run for the catcher because the catcher needs time to get his gear on. So that's another thing I learned. You can pitch run for the catcher, even though the catcher stays in the game, just gives him time to put on his gear. So
I think I taught you that one.
I think you did say that. Yeah, I didn't know that until you told me. That's a good point. So Callahan's now on second, running for Durr. Here's the hit. It's popped up to shortstop Van Dyke. He takes it underneath and makes the catch for out number 2. That was Caden Talley, by the way, the second baseman that was up to bat. Now we get back to the top of the order where center fielder Riker Patton, last time up, he singled, but got doubled off on that catch, the diving catch in left field by Chad Philpott. They threw him out on the tag up to second base there in the first inning, but he gets another shot here against Bodie Meyer. Bodie with the pitch. A little bit high. Here's a throw down to second. They catch him. Yep, they got him on the tag out. Again, Figueroa, we told you coming in the pregame, he's one of the best in the nation as far as throwing out runners. He showed his arm right there. That's the end of the inning. After 2 innings of play, it's Coconino 2, Flagstaff nothing. Back with more from Chase Field in downtown Phoenix after this break on Calf Country 93.5 and AM 930.
With Pergo Extreme Rigid Flooring, high performance runs deep. Deeper visuals, deeper protection, deeper warranty from the #1 preferred.
Over-the-Top Nutrition is your healthy alternative to a fast food breakfast or lunch. We serve liquid aloe vera for your digestive system, 10 different high-energy herbal teas, and 50 different flavors of meal shakes, all packed with protein, low in calories, and best of all, they are delicious. We are located in the Bashes Shopping Center at the top of Humphrey Street. Come by to try a delicious sample.
Back here in Chase Field, Dave Zorn and Paige Daniels with you, getting you ready for the third inning as Coconino leads Flagstaff 2-0. And in typical old school broadcast baseball fashion, the best play-by-play guys have always stepped aside for a couple innings. And Harry Carey and the Dodgers broadcast did this too, and we're going to do it here for next 2 innings. I'm going to be the analyst, and we're going to let Paige Daniels call the action and play-by-play. So, Paige,